Hey everybody, welcome back to Skyward Sword. It's been a long time since I recorded one of these episodes, and a long time since I posted one. I posted episode 6, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, the very beginning of January. Now we're like at the end of January already. But I am sorry, my editing software has just been really weird, but then I started posting videos on my main channel, so it all looks fine, and we're all good now, I believe, to post videos. I mean, if you're watching this, then it's all fine. But anyway, we are now going to talk to Fletch, and on the last episode, really quickly, we said that we were going to go look out for Zelda. Not look out for Zelda, we were going to go look and find Zelda below the surface, below the sky. Anyway, Fletch is going to give us something that's really, really important. The adventure pouch. We can store all kinds of useful items in this handy piece of gear. At the moment, we can only hold 4. It'll get better, and I'll explain the adventure pouch later on, and things that I didn't like and did like about it, and I'll get to that later on. Anyway, he mentions that we should buy potions and a shield. This is important, because right off the bat, there are 2 ways that you can get a shield. You can get a free shield from Instructor Owlin, which is the first thing that I'm going to show, and then you could buy one at the Bazaar, which is what Headmaster Gapora was talking about, but I was talking over it. But you can get one from there too. Now, my memory isn't really good, and I can't really remember where Instructor Owlin is, and at this point right here, my frames are dropping, and I guess while my frames are dropping, post-record all this stuff, just post-commentate everything on Zelda, because I can't see it. Let me just tell you right now that I had to edit this video so much together to make sure everything actually matched, because this scene right here where all my frames dropped just threw everything out of whack for at least this episode. So for a little bit right now, things are going to be out of sync, but thanks to wonderful editing that I can do, I kind of matched things up, and you're going to hear some things that are kind of odd. But here's where it gets weird, but I kind of put it all back together. But what I'm really trying to say is I'm looking for Instructor Owlin, because that is where we can get our free shield from. So I'm assuming he's outside, and yes, he is outside. Whoa. I heard the news link, Zelda's fallen through the clouds, and you're going to go look for her, is that right? The headmaster told me there's a land beneath the clouds. Do you know anything about that? How would I know? So that's the famous sword. But it won't do you much good if you don't have a shield to protect yourself with. Here, take this with you. And here we get the wooden shield. This light wooden shield breaks easily and can burn, so be careful how you use it. The wooden shield is light and maneuverable, but it's the weakest of all shields. And also keep in mind it's particularly vulnerable to fire. If it breaks, you can buy a new one at the Bazaar, which I'm going to go show in a little bit. But now, he tells us we can go see the Knight Commander Aegis, and he'll teach us how to use a shield. But if you press the little minus button, you can open your adventure pouch, and it looks really complicated, especially in combat, but I'll get more into that when we actually start doing actual combat stuff with enemies. But I'll get more into details about that and how I particularly didn't really like how it was handled, but trust me, I like it way better than it was handled in Twilight Princess, which I'm barely picking up for the first time. But anyway, if you hold up your nunchuck, that's how you pull out your shield, and if you thrust it forward, you can do a shield bash. That's basically the basics of the shield. So, let's head out to the Bazaar. Hi-fi. Master, I have an update regarding the stone tablet and the resulting column of light it created. A column of light has appeared to the south of our location, and signs indicate that it has created an opening in the cloud barrier to the land below. I must also caution you that descending to the surface armed with only a sword would result in a decreased probability of survival. If you have not already done so, I advise you purchase a shield and potions at the Bazaar in preparation for your journey. Well, we already got a shield, but now she's going to talk to us about something that I don't do particularly in this game. But you might do, and you might want to adjust your Wii remote to these kinds of preferences here. So we're going to open up it's a gear screen here, and basically here's all the things, and we're gonna get into detail about what all of these things are later on. But what you want to go down is to this interface. You can choose standard, light, and pro depending on how you want the controls to work on the sword, because the controls could be a little off and a little delayed. So adjust that to your preferences. I never do, I just click standard. But anyway, we're gonna want to go in here to the Bazaar, and I'm just gonna give you just a little general what is in the Bazaar, but we'll be exploring it much later. So you're on your way to becoming a knight now, right? Congratulations. But I'm sure there's still plenty you don't know. Don't forget to press 2 if you need a pointer or two. That's for advice if you need help on certain things. Not over the game, just over like the mechanics of how to use different things, like flying, for instance. And I don't know why I'm talking to all these NPCs. They're unimportant. This one says a little something important. Only one thing to do when you're tired, get some sleep. You can sleep anywhere there's a bed. That will change the time from day and night. But I know I've kind of said this a lot already in this video. We'll get to that when we have to do the sleeping later on, trust me. That'll be important later on for side quests and whatnot. But anyway, this guy is really creepy. Don't like him, and you won't even use them that much unless you need some kind of help, because he can foresee what will befall us. He's a fortune teller. Trust my piercing eyes. Listen to my pure and innocent voice. That voice was not innocent at all. Not at all. But anyway, he's a fortune teller, and he can help you out if you're kind of confused and lost in the game. So, but I don't use him. I use guides, but, not the point. Anyway, we'll charge you 10 rupees, but since it's our first time, 1 rupee. And I'm just going to show this off, just to show you what it's like to get your fortune read in Skyward Sword. So, here we go. Oh, I mean, I'm the best at what I do. You could trust these listening eyes. That doesn't sound trustworthy then. Let me see what I can see. Your fortune is all coming into focus now. Ah, I see many things. All is revealed. Young man, are you about to head into a densely wooded area? Somewhere blanketed in green? Yes. My eyes, they see all. Trees everywhere. Yes, many trees. It would serve you well to buy a wooden shield. I can see that you are a bit young and green yourself, so it wouldn't hurt to take a heart potion with you. Anyway, he's basically foretelling the area that we're going to go to, which is densely wooded area, so we'll get to that. Probably not anytime soon. Or not, at least not in this episode, since I'm just going to be showing off the Bazaar, really. Anyway, here's the potion shop. There's 5 different kinds of potions. I'm only going to go over 2 right now, since the other 3 you don't need to buy anytime soon. And I believe the other 3 we can't even buy, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we don't have an empty bottle. Just so you know, I can't sell you a potion if you don't have an empty bottle, but for some reason I like you. So, we get an empty bottle. Yay! I'm gonna drink some water, I'm thirsty. Oh my god, that sounds like Nintendo Capri Suns. LP of Skyward Sword. Anyway, sorry for that little glitchy there, but that was just editing stuff going on there. But anyway, there's 2 kinds of potions we can buy at the moment. These other ones we can't purchase yet. This one is a stamina potion, and this red one is a heart potion. The stamina one is, I think it increases your stamina when you're running and stuff. I never really buy it. You're definitely gonna want to buy, before heading off into the Column of Light, the heart potion. It'll only cost 20 rupees, so it's a really good deal, and if you've just been getting money like I have in the beginning of this game, then you should have no problem buying this. Thank you, sweetie. If you want a potion powered up, go see my husband at the end of the counter. This is something that I'm not going to get into yet, but it has to do something with those bugs that we've been kind of collecting. I infuse potions my wife sells them with ingredients to increase their power. Do you have any potions you would like me to infuse? not right now. When we have more ingredients, I'll come back and show off this area. Over here, we've got, this is where you can buy the actual shield. That's a wooden shield you can use to block and repel attacks. You must be careful though, because it breaks easily. And burns, and we can get it for 50 rupees. I'm going to get one. My recommendation is before you head off into the column of light, get 2 of these shields with you. That way you don't have to continue coming up here, because like they said, they break after a couple of uses. So you're going to want to be careful with that. And just really quickly, I like what this guy does when you walk away from him. Just watch. And then we walk back to him, and then we walk away. And he also kind of reminds me of the Happy Mask Salesman. Anyone else? Anyway, this is the item check. This is basically your storage in here, because you obviously at the moment can only carry 4 items with you. So if you've got more than 4 items, or you get more, they come here to the storage check, and you can switch items in and out of there. Last thing is the scrap shop. I can use the stuff you find to upgrade your gear and make it stronger. So like the shield, we can upgrade the shield, and I'm just going to show, and you can also fix your shield if it's low on its meter and how much you could use it. But here you can make the shield into a better shield with improved durability, and you need these items on the side, which we get from enemies and things like that, and just finding them on the field, and then rupees. I'll try to show off all the upgrades if I can. Some of them are really easy to obtain, other ones take a little work to get. That's basically the Bazaar for now. There's other items in there as you saw, but we can't get those quite yet. There's things we have to do in the game before we can get them, and I did not want to come down this way. I don't know why I keep picking up stamina fruit in this episode. I did in the beginning too. But anyway, I think just showing off the Bazaar was good enough. And let's say, or let's save, because on the next episode of Skyward Sword, we will actually be heading down that green pillar. So let's just walk over here to this area. Wait, that little kid has something to say. What do you have to say? Hey, look up there, it's Beetle's air shop. I guess this is important if you didn't talk to him the first time around. But I'm just gonna walk away from you, and like I said, next episode, that doesn't show us where we're at. I mean, it does, but I wanted to show you that. That's where we'll be heading. Not up there, but, you know, down there. And Fi has to say something. Master, the column light is visible from here. Dive off a ledge and call your loft wing from here, where you can see the column of light. It is time for you to set out on your search for Zelda. You can call your loft wing with down and dive off. And that is what we'll do on the next episode of Skyward Sword. We are going to dive off and head below the clouds. See you then.